Welcome to Archer Insights 21 CFR Part 11 demo. Today we'll do an overview of 21 CFR Part 11 and what it's used for, the setup of the 21 CFR Part 11 solution in NetSuite, and then we'll do a demo of the 21 CFR Part 11 solution in NetSuite. The 21 CFR Part 11 solution is critical when using electronic systems to manage regulated data. It enables organizations to securely approve, verify, and document regulated business processes while maintaining full traceability and data integrity. Part 11 electronic signatures are typically applied to controlled transactions such as batch record approvals, quality reviews, inventory disposition decisions, supplier qualifications, and other GXP relevant workflows. It ensures that users must authenticate their identity at the time of approval, often by re-entering credentials and providing a clear record of who performed the action, when it occurred, and the meaning of the signature. For example, approval, review, or release. Archer's 21 CFR Part 11 solution addresses all of these points within NetSuite. The setup of the 21 CFR Part 11 solution in NetSuite, it can be added to virtually any record in NetSuite. So any record that you require a 21 CFR Part 11 signature on, we can add it to that record inside of NetSuite itself. An approval order for who needs to sign for the approval can be configured by roles, users, or a combination of both. The record can be configured to require a specific role or user to sign, or a group of roles or users can be set so that anyone within that group has signing authority for that step. At this point, I'm going to go into NetSuite and show how this e-signature has been configured on an item receipt record and an inventory item status change, just as an example of a couple of records in NetSuite that you may want to have e-signatures required on. On this item receipt that I have set up in NetSuite for our demonstration, we have our demo nucleotide item. It is being received to our San Francisco location, and I've already configured the inventory detail to receive these items with the status of quarantine and an expiration date and the quantity and our lot number here. On our item receipt, I'm going to click Save. And after saving the item receipt, we see that I have the 21 CFR e-signature button. I'll also get an email as the submitter of this record in NetSuite telling me that there is a record in NetSuite that needs to be submitted. I'm going to click that button. And here I can enter my credentials, so my email address and my e-signature password. The action that I have as the submitter is the single action of submit. There's no other actions at this time as this record is in the step where it needs to be submitted. I can add my reason here for approval. The credentials used for your e-signature, your password is set the first time you go in to e-sign a document. If you ever forget your e-signature password, you can also reset by going to the More button at the top and clicking Regenerate e-signature password. I'm going to click e-sign document. And now that that has submitted, we have the 21 CFR e-signature log tab where we can see the action that was taken, who processed that action, the time step, the signature hash, all of that information under this tab on the item receipt record itself. We can also click this button at the top, print with e-signatures, and NetSuite will pop up a PDF that is printable with the same information that is in the e-signature logs. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, I have set myself up as both the submitter and the approver of the item receipt record. You would want to have those duties separated in a live environment, but for purposes of this demonstration, I am going to be the same person who approves the record as who submits it, so I still have visibility to the 21 CFR e-signature button, as according to the system, I'm the next person who needs to sign this record. So I'm going to click the button again and enter in the same credentials that I entered in before, as those are my e-signature credentials. This time, under record details, we see in the action field, we have the option of approve or reject, as now I am the approver of the document. I'm going to select approve, and I can put my reason below and click e-sign document. After the record refreshes, we can go back to our 21 CFR e-signature logs and see there is now an entry for that approval action and who approved and the signature hash. And again, we can print with e-signatures to see in the PDF. Now it contains that approval. Another record that you may be interested in having e-signatures on would be an inventory status change, which I will navigate to now. We are going to change the status of the items we just received on that item receipt from the status of quarantine to good and have e-signatures on this record as well. So I'm going to select our location of San Francisco, previous status of quarantine. Our revised status is going to be good. And then I will select our items from that receipt. The nucleotides, quantity is 10. And on the inventory detail, I will select the serial lot number and confirm the quantity. Now I'm going to save the inventory status change. And just like on the item receipt, we have our 21 CFR e-signature button. I can click that. And again, I'm the submitter. So the only action I have is submit. And I will say I would like to submit for approval, e-sign document. Just like on our item sheet, we now have the 21 CFR e-signature log tab available to see any of the signatures that have been recorded on this record. And again, for the purpose of this demonstration, I am both the submitter and the approver, so I have this button appear again. Again, I have the options this time to approve or reject. Approve. I'll say I am approving the status change, e-sign the document. And now if we look at the signature logs, we have both my submission and my approval, and we can also print these signatures. When you are submitting a record for approval or you have a record submitted for you to approve, the solution will also send an email to the person who is needing to approve the document along with a link to the record in Netsuite so they can easily go from their email into Netsuite to e-sign the record. It will also send an email to the submitter of the record to let them know when the record has been approved. In summary, for companies in biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, and medical device manufacturing, implementing electronic signatures in NetSuite helps maintain compliance with broader GxP requirements by strengthening audit trails, enforcing role-based controls, and preventing unauthorized or undocumented changes to regulated records. The solution also supports audit readiness by maintaining complete time-stamped records that can be easily retrieved during regulatory audits. Thank you so much for joining us for our demo of Archer Insights 21 CFR Part 11 inside of NetSuite.